Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we are back in our gorgeous TBM-930 as the MixMugz mod has been updated, performance changes as well as some of the other features that have been re-added to the aircraft. So we are going to take her up for a spin. We're flying from a little air park just north of Charleston, and we're going to be flying down to Charleston just to sort of test out the aircraft. So come along for the ride. If you are interested in learning how to fly the TBM-930 from Microsoft Flight Simulator, consider joining my Patreon site, level tier 2 or above, which gives you access to all of my guides, which include the A320, the G1000, and now the recently released Cessna Citation Longitude. These guides include everything from cockpit tours to full instructionals on how to use all the systems, creating your flight plans, as well as the different types of approaches and takeoffs that are available to the different aircrafts. They are extremely detailed, full with pictures and identifying markers to make your flight sim experience with this aircraft as easy as possible. Again, link down to my Patreon site found in the description below. All right, hello everybody and welcome back. As I said, today we're going to take the TBM-930 down from this little airport. Just again, we're about I think we're about 80 miles or so north of Charleston, and we're going to take the aircraft down to Charleston just to give her a nice little flight. Haven't been in my old lady for quite a while here. Phrasing. And today we're going to check that. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, let's go for the battery here. We're going to get the generators turned on. Let me actually just kick us up to the overhead panel here. We want our ignition set to on, auxiliary boost pumps set to on, fuel selection set to manual, autopilot trims need to be off, emergency locator transmitter is armed, oxygen remains off until engine start. Let's turn the nav lights on. And then we're going to come on back down here for just a quick second here. We're going to make sure our air conditioning system is off for engine start. We're going to make sure initial separators and anti-ice are off. Parking brake is set. Okay. Landing gear check is down. And we're going to go ahead and flash that light there, making sure 3 greens flashing indicates the gear is down and locked. And we can also throw a lights test on just to make sure everything is enunciating correctly. Throttle is in cutoff. Manual override is disabled. Flaps are retracted. Pressurization is off. Hot airflow, we want that down on the floorboard during engine start. Go ahead and start the Garmin here. Get our screens up and running. Alternate static air source is pushed in and closed. All circuit breakers are checked. And let's see here. We can also go ahead and set our barometric pressure here, assuming we have gotten our ATIS information. 300. Interesting. Right on the money. Okay, now let's go ahead and continue with engine start. Kicking up top here, we're going to find our starter. We're going to give it a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Here we're going to be watching for 13% on the NG. Once we get to 13, we'll move the idle or the throttle out of cutoff and into low idle. Be monitoring again for 51% or 53%. And basically just waiting for the number to turn green is the easiest way to identify from here. I can't always read it from here as well. I know that's kind of tough, but I wanted you guys to get the full view. So there we go. We're going to go into high idle. And then feather on over into fly idle. Alright, engine start is complete. Let's step back upstairs for just a minute here. Ignition needs to go to auto, auxiliary boost pumps to auto, fuel selection up to auto, autopilot and trim selection is set to on, oxygen now gets turned on as well, and then lights as desired. Clear that master caution here. Work our way back down from left to right again. Air conditioning goes up to as desired, in our case pilot here. Any anti-ice, take note of your outside air temperature if necessary on the ground, but we'll definitely be monitoring it during flight and climb out. Parking brake obviously remains on. Pressurization switch to max diff or auto. Max diff is going to pressurize the aircraft the fastest, but be a little bit uncomfortable for your passengers, so leave it on auto as often as you can. And everything else still looks gold as we had it set. So from this point, we can now enter in our flight plan. Alright, give you guys a quick rundown of our flight plan here. We are going to be cruising up at 24,000 feet today. Fuel requirement was looking 915 pounds. We have 970 on board. Stepping on down, we're going to have a very easy route. Direct to Acne, direct to Amilu, And then coming on the Amalu 3 Star. Standard terminal arrival route. I will never get these right, guys, so don't even try. If you guys want to watch my channel for no other reason to see how I say all these things, you guys heard it right there. I make myself giggle with it. All right, we're departing on runway 4, and we're going to be coming in on runway 33. Other than that, very simple route today. Cargo and passengers already set and aboard. No concerns there today, so let's go ahead and get rolling. So we're going to step on down to our FMC here. Touchscreen. Let me get back to our flight route. And let's move on over to the MFD section. We're going to go to flight plan, add our origin. And our origin today is KW54, Kilo Whiskey 54. Uh-oh. Interesting. Let's go back. Nope, ABC. And let's just try W54. Oh, you know what? I think I had that backwards. I totally did. Excuse me. So that is actually Kilo 5 Whiskey 4. And it still does not like that one. Let's try this again. So we're going to try it without the kilo attached to it. So 5 Whiskey 4 is what we're looking for. 5 Whiskey 4. Yep, BK Air Park. That's exactly where we are. Alright, and then add destination. And that one we know exists, right? It is Kilo Charlie Hotel Sierra. Charleston Air Force Base. Yeah, we're taking a kernel. That's what we're doing. Taking a kernel from this air park to Charleston and Isins. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Add en route. We're going to Orkney, Oscar, Kilo, November, Echo, Echo. And we're just going to delineate these because these are all direct. Uh-oh. Maybe not. I think I have to enter it the first time. Alright, so let's just drop that guy in there. And from here, let's just go ahead and keep going. And that's going to be Alpha Mike Lima Yankee uniform. Right? Oh, nope. Did it again. Am I dyslexic today? There we go. Alright. And for our arrival... Oh, no, that's not what I want. I just want to go to procedures. And we're just going to go to the arrival. Amalu 3. Our transition. I think we're using the wraps, if memory serves. Stand by. Do-do-do-do-do. Mana-mana. Do-do-do-do. Mana-mana. Alright, let's find out which one makes sense for us today. Go to the old Navigraph. Although I haven't updated Navigraph in a while. I'll be surprised if it doesn't yell at me. Alright. So, Kilo, Sierra, Charlie. And grab that guy. And look at Amalu 3. And see what our transition points is. Yep, so we have wraps. Oh, nope, we're using the Mr. Pitt. Mr. Pitt's going to make way more sense for us. So we're just going to grab that. And runway we're desiring today is 33. Load. And we'll go ahead and load our approach in. Got VORs. ILS 33. There we go. Transition. CHS the only one. Load. We're golden, folks. Let's get out of here. So let's just enter in our speed bugs here. 90 knots for rotation, 100 knots for best rate, or best angle, and 124 knots best speed, 85 knots on the approach. Pretty... Oops, why did I do that? You guys can tell it's been a minute, huh? Alright, and this one even has checklists. Oh, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I'm really loving all these updates. We're getting there, guys. It's going to get cooler and cooler here. Really digging all this. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Ah, again, we just did this. Alright, let's go ahead and go through the integration again. No, I don't want you in there. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. Go home. We need to go to utilities, setup. Database, charts. It's going to pull up a browser. Yep, there it is. I'm logging in, telling it it's okay to authenticate. Yes, allow. And now link account. There we go. Now we can go back to home. Let's try that charts again. There it is. Alright. So let's see here. We are at the air park. Let's go to info. I just want the taxi. Why aren't you giving me the chart, man? What's going on here? It's not giving us any of the charts. What's going on here? That's kind of disappointing. I wonder what's going on. Maybe it doesn't have a chart for it? There is no chart for this airfield. Alright. Well, that explains that one, doesn't it? Alright. Well, in that case, come up top. Alright. So we are back taxiing down the runway there. My apologies for the cut in the video there. I thought we were flying just fine as far as recording goes, but apparently I double tapped it. Landing lights are on. Whoa, girl. Don't start taxiing like that. What's the matter with you? Let's get that pitot heat on. There we go. Let's get that inertial separator on. I thought I had flipped that one up too already. Oh well. Alright, I sort of came at this from the wrong area for the back taxi, but that's alright. Let's bring our baby around here. Setting flaps for takeoff. Let's just sit tight for just a minute here. So we want to make sure our heading mode is aligned with our runway here. Let's set our initial altitude. We're in free reign up here, but we'll go ahead and start out at about 10,000 feet and work our way up from there. No worries about the master caution. That's just indicating the initial separator has come on. Alright, so initial altitude set. Let's also set our initial speed here. And you guys see my head moving around. It's because I'm using the Bravo throttle quadrant. I'm getting used to it again. We're going to be looking for 124 knots for that best speed. There we go. Alright, I think everything else is good to go. Let's go ahead and set this back on the map at least. And we are out of here. Powering up. Looking for that takeoff torque. Brakes released. Airspeed alive. There's 90 knots, not a moment too soon. Positive rate. Gear coming up. Flaps up. Oh, baby. Come on. Start trimming for that climb. And let's come around to the left. FMS wanted me to go to the right. I wanted to go to the left. It's going to be a better way to approach our flight path there. I say that every time. Every time I try to say those two words together. Flight path. Got to practice it at night before I go to bed or something. Flight path. Flight path. Set nav mode on the autopilot control panel. Interesting. If you look, there's Mr. Pitt right there. Alright. Let's let the autopilot take control. Yaw damper on, autopilot on. Whoa, let's do limit that bank, shall we? Beautiful performance, though. Man, she is a rocket. Alright, so let's look at this, because I'm thinking... How far out are we? I mean, we're ways out, but Mr. Pitt, the transition point, is like right there, so I think we're just going to activate that leg of the flight. Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's just do direct to it then. Go. There we go. Alright, that's better. And then once we get there, we'll activate it to the ammo loop. Alright. So, I mean, I guess we can continue climbing, but man... 4,000 seems a bit high for this. Guess we'll see. Just go all the way up at this point. Like I said, we got free reign of the skies out here. We come back down here again, and we're going to see what that total distance is here, what we're looking at. I guess that's okay. We're about 150 miles out, so I guess that makes sense. It does. Alright, but the other thing that makes sense is we're at 10,000 feet, so landing lights come off. Make sure they actually turned off. Yep, alright. Groovy. Strobe light remains on. Good stuff, good stuff. Ah, some of these views, man. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright guys, well from here we're going to be climbing all up to 18,000 feet here, then we'll set our altimeter pressure back to the standard 299 or 2, and then continue our climb up to 24,000 feet. I will not make any changes to this aircraft without you guys being able to see it, so we'll just sit tight and I'll catch you guys at right about 18,000. Alright, so upon taking a peek at things, as we need to be doing, noticing the outside air temperature is getting rather cold, so we're going to go ahead and bring on that anti-ice because I'm anticipating it's just going to get colder and colder. So we're just going to get ahead of that one right now and get that temperature turned up. And then we'll just hang tight for a quick minute as we're almost 18,000 feet, so no sense in pausing the recording at this point. But look at that. I mean, we're in the nasties. We are in the nasties. Alright, and there's 18,000. Zoom in here a little bit. Set that barometric pressure back to 29902. And up here as well. Alright, and so at this point, guys, I'll see at 24,000 feet where hopefully we're in a bit clearer skies, because this is definitely not it, man. Alright, guys, catch you in a few. Alright, guys, so once again, we're approaching 24,000 feet. Things are pretty stinky out here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather radar. Turned on, see if we got anything out here. Should be picking up a whole bunch of stuff. Well, that sucks. I wonder if that's not working now. That's a bummer. I was really hoping that was going to work. Oh well. I guess we'll come back out here. Well, things are a little brighter, but you can see there's the ice building up on the wing there. We are coming up on our waypoint 2, where we're going to need to make a change. We're going to leave the inertial separator on as long as we're in this thick. We got to leave that on. Make sure we don't suck up any ice or anything like that into the intake. So the next thing we can do, though, is we can set our vertical speed indications for the descent. So give me just a second. We're going to set our top of descent. I just need to pull up the Navigraph charts. Let's bring that up over here. Oh, we want the book. And we're going to come all the way down to the approach plate on this one. We're looking for runway 33. Looking for that touchdown zone elevation, basically all the way down to ground level, so that works out. All right, let's come on down and set that. Oops. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to flight plan, and actually what I'm going to look for is what altitude or what waypoint shrimp it looks like we want to be at 3,000 feet. So let's go ahead and find shrimp. That's the way I like to do it. There it is. And I hit the wrong button. That's what we want. We're going to set 3,000 feet in here. Oh, it won't let me put it there. Why? Oh, enter. Gosh, why am I just so off it today? I'm really sorry, guys. It's been one of those weeks. It's just, I got my butt kicked today. It was one of those days that was really a horrible day, and you're trying to shake it off. That's why I'm so scatterbrained, so please forgive me. Alright, so we want VNAV enabled. We want to set our 3,000 feet. You can see here we've got everything else that pre-populates above that, below 24,000 feet. And at this point, the only thing that you would want to do is go to your star, check the AMALU 3, and just make sure we're not breaching any altitude requirements. So for example, AMALU, we need to be between 23 and 14,000 feet. I don't think that was one of ours. Nope. So moving forward at Willett, let's see here. Willett doesn't have an altitude restriction, but at Craw, we need to be above 11,000. Oh yeah, we're way above these restrictions. Everything's above. At Snob, if that is on ours, we do need to be at 2,000, but it's not. We're going around the other way. All right, so we're golden there. So now, a minute before our top of descent, you can see there's our top of descent right there. Be good to go. Now what we're going to do here, as we've reached that waypoint, oh, it looks like it's automatically done it, so that's going to work out nice. Honestly, I probably could have just taken Mr. Pitt out of the equation, but this works out too. This works out too. Be a fun little flight. Alright, so I will catch you guys as we get to our top of descent. We're going to be riding this thick here for a bit, and hopefully no giant pterodactyls or anything like that will come up and get us. But I'll catch you guys as we reach the TOD. Alright guys, so shame on me. I allowed us to pass our top of descent. So what we're doing here, and it's still no big deal, we're just going to put it in vertical speed mode. We're going to put the nose down and we're going to capture this carrot right here. But we need to get our butts down. So let's go ahead and select that. We're going to set our altitude all the way down to at least 10,000 for now. start slowing the aircraft down. About 30%, give or take. Keep spinning that altitude. And let's go ahead and set our vertical speed bug and get her descending quickly. It's going to be kind of a rapid descent for a second because we need to recapture that. So I'm going to pull that power back. And our goal here is going to be to keep our descent rate in line with this target here. But we are way below where we're supposed to be, or way above where we're supposed to be, so just going to follow it for a minute until this line is our glide slope indicator. We want this line here to come right up to our altitude, and that lets us know we're at the correct altitude. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just... No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's like it reset our... No, we passed the top of descent. Top of descent was back here. So I don't know if that's a little bug that we got going on here, but our top of descent seemed to have changed location on me, but we definitely need to keep descending. So we're just going to keep that nose coming down. So our descent rate target is above us, but we're still above the glide slope. So we're just trying to make up some of that distance by descending a bit faster. Descending like a bullet here. Passing through 18,000, setting our barometric pressure. I don't know if we're going to be able to capture this in time. We'll see. I might have oofed the pooch on this one. Oh, damn it. Didn't set our altitude. Back into vertical speed. Target coming down. And there it is right there. So now we're going to start lightening up a bit on that descent, and we're going to lighten up a lot on the descent. There we go. Just like that. So this is ideally what you want. So now we're basically at where the altitude we're supposed to be at by this point, and we're now at the proper descent rate. So speed back up a bit, add some power back in. We all make mistakes. Luckily, it's just flight simulation. Hello, everybody, and I'm sorry for the skip here. Unfortunately, two of the videos that we did, the two of the segments got corrupt. So we have obviously descended down through our top of descent. We are now on the final approach. Localizer is set. Autopilot is still on. We're on the approach mode. And landing lights are armed, or are on. And so at this point now, we're just bringing her in. Let's see our distance here. Alright, we're going to bring the landing gear down. Set flaps 1. Really enjoyed the latest improvement mod for the TBM-930. I highly recommend it, you guys. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Link will be down in the description below. The performance numbers are just wonderful with this aircraft. Man, we are fast. Come on, baby. I need you below 130. Come on. We might have to do a go-around if this doesn't stop soon. There we go. We'll capture it. Still pulling power off.
500.
Need that 80 knots, 85 knots for the approach. Disengage the autopilot. We're taking control here. Yaw damper also off on landing, just as with takeoff. We did set our barometric pressure. There's 85 knots. Floating a little bit. Come on, baby, come out of the sky. There she goes. Keep him a little off center line, not too bad. Overall, a pretty rough flight as far as pilot performance. Not going to deny it. Not one of my best. But hopefully you guys learn from my mistakes, things not to do, things that'll catch you. Let's get those flaps back up. Alright, once we've cleared the runway, landing lights off, taxi light on, strobe light off. Approach mode off. And we can turn the bank limiter off as well. Pitot heats can come off. Clear the master caution. Cross the runway here. All right, my friends. Well, from here, I'll just be taxiing over and to our parking spot and shutting her down. Appreciate you guys joining me today. Stay tuned for more videos coming out. Hopefully the next ones will be far better than this one. Like I said, not gonna lie, this one was a little bit embarrassing, but our mistakes just as important as our successes. So, you know, I always leave them in. But guys, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. If you guys want to get notified of future content, be sure to ring that bell as well. Have yourselves a wonderful week and weekend, and I will catch you guys as always in the next one.